When Merciful Fate's crew arrived at the venue with their equipment at 2 p.m. as agreed, they were told by Manowar's tour manager to leave the gear in the street until Manowar were finished with their sound check. At 7:30 p.m. Merciful Fate were finally allowed to bring in their equipment, leaving them only 30 minutes to do so before doors would open at 8 p.m. When the show started, Merciful Fate was told they could only perform for 25 minutes, as opposed to the 45 minutes that they were guaranteed in the contract. Upon entering the stage, the band realized that their sound engineer was denied access to the soundboard, naturally resulting in terrible sound. At a certain point in the set, Manowar's sound engineer began playing around with Merciful Fate's sound. This became the final straw. They had no option but to demand some drastic changes if the tour was to go on. Even though Merciful Fate's demands were backed up by their common record company, Manowar refused to comply. This forced Merciful Fate to leave the tour and at a great financial loss to themselves. Not to mention the great despair of their British fans. We were invited to play a double bill tour around the UK with Manowar, but at the first show they treated us as if we were some small local support band. We were completely surprised. Say what? They gave us terrible treatment, you know, standing there in the dressing room wearing their Tarzan costumes. At first, we were just laughing. Look at these guys, this is too silly. But then we weren't allowed to sound check, and when we played, their crew sabotaged our sound in hopes of making Manowar look stronger. We saw this as very harmful for Merciful Fate. They're gonna make us look like a small band. So we decided to leave after only one gig. This incident actually ruined our possibilities in the UK for a long time because they managed to make us look like assholes. March 3rd, you started your UK tour supporting Manowar, and originally 11 shows were booked, but it turned out that Merciful Fate would only play one. What happened? Manowar fucked us up real good at the first show, so we agreed that they could tour the UK without us and went back home to Copenhagen. On April 5th, the band played a sold-out headline show at Salt Lake City in Copenhagen. Was it the last station of the Melissa tour? As mentioned above, there was never a Melissa tour due to Women of War, as we called them after they treated us real bad in the UK. But the show in Salt Lake City was great. Kerrang had a writer called Dave Dixon who was into Billy Idol, New York Dolls, Hanoi Rocks and stuff like that. After the Manowar thing, as some kind of stupid punishment, they sent this asshole to interview King and review a Merciful Fate show, just to make us look bad. Dave Dixon was not into heavy metal at all. He was just some tiny little guy with makeup. If anything, he looked like a small woman. And he hated metal, so no matter what we were gonna get a negative review. I believe that's where we lost contact with the Kerrang guys for some years, because they sided with Manowar. I cursed Manowar, but I am not doing too many ceremonies back home because I am not into the occult or in a coven. In Denmark there are no covens. This King Diamond or Queen Diamond joined us on our tour cause Merciful Fate had signed to the same record label like Manowar. We thought it would be cool to take them with us. When they showed up, we heard that their equipment was only hired. We gave them drumsticks and guitar strings and told them just to tell us if they would need more stuff. Then we told Merciful Fate we would be glad to have them with us, cause it was the first tour in England for both bands. It was our intention to do the best shows we can. King Diamond and his band used our PA and our lights, but they were not a very professional band. They didn't have the experience, so our crew helped them to build up the equipment. When the English people saw King Diamond's face painting and the chicken bones, they started to laugh. Merciful Fate left the stage and refused to go on with the tour. Instead of coming back on the stage to prove that he believes in his music, he fucked his fans. Later on, King Diamond told everybody that we treated him bad. 10 years are gone now and he still hasn't apologized for having told lies about Manowar. We have never treated a support act bad. Ask Gamma Ray, Risk or Drifter. It's a satanic curse. I gotta show a little respect for King. Let me tell you, it happened so goddamn long ago. What's the big deal? That's how I look at it now. There's King Diamond fans. There's Manowar fans. There are Manowar fans that are King Diamond fans. You know? At the end of the day, you want to go see King Diamond, go see him. You want to see Manowar, come see us. It's what the fans want. You know? Bullshit, at the end of the day, should be swept under the carpet. It's water under the bridge now. Yeah, I just wanted to destroy any kind of stupid rumors. Both our careers are still riding high right now. So, I mean, who cares about it now? It's over and done with. That's the way it goes. I'm just glad that I finally heard the real deal. Well, you heard it from me anyway. That's exactly what I remember happening. I think this happened in '84. It was a long time ago. We treat everybody who opens up for us with total respect. We really do. We always have.